Come on in, come on in, come on in. I hope that y'all are well. Happy, look, I had to think about today. Happy Wisdom Wednesday. Happy Wisdom Wednesday. Come on in, come on in, come on in. I missed going live yesterday. I wanted to go live, but I had so much to do, so I didn't get to do it. And the Deconstruct masterclass was last night, which was absolutely amazing. And if you were on that masterclass last night, just know that the replay is going to go out by tomorrow with the survey and everything else. So it's absolutely, absolutely amazing. So yeah, I'm really, really excited about that. I'm trying to send this out really quickly to a few people so they don't miss it. I want you to share this with a friend. Um, I have been, I've been going back and asking a lot of hey loves, a lot of my clients, like what have been their results and different things. And y'all, these results have been insane. These testimonials that I'm about to update, y'all, insanely crazy. For those who are always asking me, do you work with women who have a 9 to 5? The results that my client just gave me from, she works a 9 to 5 and she has her own business as well, baby. She's had results in the area of men, in her dating experiences being elevated. She's gotten consistent 5-figure bonuses from her company because she's shown up more as a feminine leader. And that's just two things out of it. Y'all know I'm a digital nomad, so she has spent time, when we first started working together, she said that she had spent 10 solo days in Jamaica, right? So since we had started working together, she spent time in Asia, she spent time in Colombia. She's just like, y'all. So when I tell y'all I'm not new to this, I'm true to this, I'm very excited about the results my amazing clients have been getting lately. So I want y'all to get some. Okay, so for those who don't know who I am, my name is Elle Antoinette. I'm a feminine mastery architect. And so what I do is that I support my amazing clients. I support my amazing clients by helping them turn their emotional overwhelm into self-mastery and into money. Okay, so which basically looks like me supporting women in unearthing, their essence so that their impact is ascending and their income increases. Okay, so women who end up working with me, those are some of the results that they end up getting. I've supported a multitude of my clients. So today I'm going to be talking specifically about the number one reason why you're probably not getting paid for your expertise. Okay, so there are a lot of people who are posting, creating things. Because I'm going to tell you something. A lot of people are telling y'all, oh, create digital products, do this, do that, do this, do that, right? And you're creating all of these things, but none of these things are making you any money. So you're starting to get really concerned about whether or not you made the right choice, or you're starting to get really concerned about, are people going to buy into what you're selling? And I think that there are a few things that you really have to consider when it comes down to buying and selling. And so I'm going to discuss both of those on today. So I may make this a part 2 because I probably am. I'm probably going to focus on buying behavior tomorrow. But you need to understand that there's a lot of money out there that's being made. And if you're not getting any, it's because you're not articulating your value properly, which really is the number one reason why people don't buy into things. If they don't see the value and they don't believe you, they're not going to buy in. And each generation, from the boomers to Gen X to my generation of millennials to Gen Z and even to Gen Alpha, everyone has a different type of buying style or way that they buy into things. And if you have not studied these generations, this is why it's pretty difficult for you to kind of make money in your online business and the things that you're doing, right? So I'm going to talk to you today about the number one reason, like I said, why you're not getting paid for your expertise. A lot of women have gone to school. A lot of women have a lot of experience and have done a multitude of things, but they can't seem to be paid the proper value for what it is that they're actually doing. Okay. And so I want women to be paid well. This is not a debate or a conversation about, oh, men make more money and what happened with that. To be honest with you, I don't even fall into that mindset because I believe that I can make as much money that I need to make because I have creative and witty inventions in my very being according to scripture. So I don't need society to be able to make the type of money that I want to make. Okay, I don't have to submit to these systems, and you don't either. You don't either. All these things are by training and by choice. The reason why we work 9 to 5s is because of the training that we've been taught, and it's because of the choice that we continue to make, because we believe that is the only way for us to be able to create income. But that is absolutely not the truth. If you have spent years at a corporation, at a company, and you know that company inside out, you have a skill set that you probably can take somewhere else and operate as a consultant. But because a lot of people are scared, they're nervous, they don't want to really tap into that, and you actually end up losing a lot of money. Okay, so, and I talk a lot about this, I'm going to be talking a lot about this in my Speak Right Teach class. Hey love, my Speak Right Teach a crash course in creating value that gets you paid, where I break down basically how to create authentic value where companies will pay you, how to position yourself to get paid at a high level. These companies have money. They got tens of thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars and are ready to pay you, but because you are not really prepared, you're missing out on their paper, all right? And you're constantly saying, I don't have money, I don't have this, I don't have that, when in reality, you don't have these things because you don't ask. And you don't ask because you're not confident enough to ask. So if you have went to school, gotten all this education, done all of these things, people will pay you for your expertise. You just have to stop being afraid, okay? So let's get into the number one reason why you're not getting paid for your expertise, okay? So number one, a lot of people spend a lot of time being focused on going viral. Oh, and if you need a bit of qualifications on me, I've supported my clients in going from 5 figures to 6 figures, 6 figures to multi 6 figures, and I've built a 6-figure business from the ground up myself without having to hustle, without having to exhaust myself, without having to be all over the place. I'm a digital nomad. I travel the entire world, and I'm able to do my work from everywhere in the world. I do have a program where I teach women how to become digital nomads, how to set themselves up, called the Nomad Success System, which I will be reopening in November. So I'm really excited about that for the women who are ready to become digital nomads. I didn't want to open it up until we got through this reopening in November. So I'm really excited about that for the women who are ready to become digital nomads. I didn't want to open it up until we got through this season that we're in this country. And I wanted to get past November 5th so people could start making some real decisions about what they really want to do with their lives, okay? So let's go ahead and get straight into the number one reason. So visibility versus value. A lot of people will post content thinking, now a lot of people are going to tell you this, okay? And let me say this, I've made well over 6 figures, almost into multi 6 figures, by simply creating content, posting it online, and selling services and different things online. Hey, my love, I got your email too, and that's going to be coming out tomorrow, so don't worry. So I'm not new to this. I'm very true to it. From digital products, I have sold physical products. I have one of my old journals sitting over there, actually. I've sold physical products. I've sold digital products. I still sell digital products. So I've done all aspects of this in consulting services, and I've done trainings with companies and corporations being paid at a high level as well. So I'm not telling you something that is impossible for you to do. And let me also say this, I'm 40. I quit my job at 35 to start getting serious about what I want in my life. So there is no such thing as a wall. So I don't care if you're 60. If you are prepared and you're ready and you desire this, you can make the type of money that you really want to make. All right. So let's go ahead and get into it. Visibility versus value. Posting online every single day is not going to guarantee you income. It's not. And I think a lot of people think that it's going to guarantee you income because they tell you all you need to do is post 3 times a day. All you need to do is post 5 times a day. All you need to do is post these things. Let me tell you something. It doesn't work like that anymore. Now, I'm going to be really honest with you. TikTok, maybe like in 2022, TikTok in 2023, you could do a lot of posting and it would push you a lot because it was still in the beginning stages of the app. Let me put you on game on how it works with these apps, okay? So when you have these social media apps, when they first come on, the best time to get in and try to make money off the apps is in the beginning stages of its format, okay? So this is why people made a whole lot of money on Instagram, but now it's a little bit hard to make money on Instagram, and it's hard for some people to make money on Facebook because it's very much so pay to play. But if you have powerful, valuable content to offer, education and things to offer, people will buy in, but it's going to take some work. When it comes down to TikTok, posting 3 to 5 times is not going to guarantee that you're going to go viral. And I'm gonna tell you something about going viral. As a person who's going viral multiple times, when you are putting out content, you have to make sure that the content aligns with what it is that you're doing, or you're going to attract a bunch of people that actually are not going to buy into your product. If you post a funny video or something on your TikTok and you gain 100,000 followers from that funny video, they're going to have an expectation of funny. Okay? Hold on. 100,000 followers from that funny video, they're going to have an expectation of funny. Okay? Hold on one second. They're going to have an expectation of you being funny, and you're going to be putting out serious content, things that you want to sell, and you're going to be wondering why no one is buying because you were banking on that viral video. Don't bank on going viral. Okay? Bank on creating value. So visibility without value articulation, right? It leads to a bunch of noise and literally just minimal cash flow. Like, nobody wants to buy in. Like, they'll like your stuff, they'll laugh at your stuff, but they don't want to do that. So the problem isn't that you're posting content. The problem isn't that you're not sharing enough. The problem is that your messaging isn't clearly communicating the worth of what it is that you actually offer. That's why people aren't buying in. It's not that people don't have money. It's not that people don't want to buy things, because people are buying a whole bunch of stuff. I just told y'all. Oh, remember I told y'all the other day that my friend, let me come back and report that real quick. Remember I told y'all that I had a friend who is a brand strategist. Hey, love. And so she helps women with their style, their brand, and all of these things. Thank you, my love, for these gifts. And I told you that she had 2 packages already. One for $1,500 that women were buying in. 2,500 people that women are buying in. These women are paying for that for like 1 and 2 day sessions, right? So I told her, I said, hey, why don't you develop a smaller tier for women who may not be able to do the 1,500 and the 2,500 but still want to participate. We can make it as a group event where you do content, you do this and you do that, and you get your 5 people. You know what she told me last night? I told her this on Thursday of last week. Today is what, Wednesday? She told me last night, Tuesday. Last night she told me she got all 5 people. She got all 5 people, so she got her 5 people to pay $750. So somebody do the math for me in the comments, because I'm not going to get my calculator and I don't feel like racking my brain. I'm staying on topic. So somebody do the math for me and put it in the comments. How much money did she make from that one setting? And let me say that she's only going to be with them for 4 hours. It's 5 of them, and she's charging $750. $37.50 for 4 hours. That don't sound too bad to me. That don't sound too bad to me. My friend was easily able to clock a quick $37.50 from one idea I gave her to do. So when I tell you I'm not new to this, I'm extremely true to it. You need to understand the value. See, she was able to articulate the value of them coming together. Because let me tell you what the value was. Let me tell you what the vision was I set up of how she was going to charge this. Number one, we're connecting with each other. That's networking. So you're building a network of women who are interested in content creating, women who are interested in doing business, women who are struggling to find community. So guess what? When they get with you, they're going to have all of that. And then you can turn around and build a business directory for all of these women, so these women can have connections. And when you want to have something really big, you can have a grand event where you invite all of these women. So just imagine if she had a grand event where she invited all of these women at a specific price point, she would make way more than this $37.50. So when I tell you, it's always the ability to art, and these women are paying for style, they're paying for content, they're paying for things that people would be like, why would you even like, yeah, they see the value in what it is that she's offering. So I'm telling you, if somebody gonna pay $750, $1,500, $2,500 to get dressed and get themselves together, and you're afraid to get out here and figure out what's going on, you're playing yourself. So the problem is not that you keep sharing what it is that you're offering. The problem is that your message isn't clear. Like, the value of what it is that you're selling is not clear, and that's the problem. Okay? So this is why a lot of experts tend to really miss the mark in this area, because they really think that more content equals more clients. But the reality is that More content is not going to pay your audience, or your audience isn't going to pay for more content, because they don't understand the transformation that you actually provide. What is it about you that's going to change their lives? People don't care. Let me tell you something. People don't care about what's going on with you. People care about what you can do for them. And if you can't articulate how you're going to support them, they're not going to buy in, because they don't believe you. You're not making them a believer. You're likely explaining what they need to do instead of focusing on the why, and having the process of them investing in the how, so that this can actually shift your clients' lives and transform their mindsets in a space to where they actually want to invest, because that's very, very vital and very important. Okay? So that's the first thing. The first thing is paying attention that visibility is no comparison when it comes down to value. So it don't matter if you go viral. It doesn't matter any of those things. If you don't have valuable information in there that people actually can utilize so they can actually buy in, they don't really care. They don't care. Okay? So the second thing is this: the art of value articulation. You have to learn how to speak to your audience deepest needs and their desires by highlighting their pain points. Y'all are over here, the pain points specifically that you solve. Y'all are over here trying to encourage them, trying to motivate them. Let me tell y'all something. Motivation doesn't work. Motivation should never be used as fuel. It sounds good, it's cute, but it never really should be used as fuel, because you'll always be depending on someone to motivate you to take action when it comes down to you doing what you need to do for your life. And that's absolutely ridiculous, because you are in charge of your own life. So the thing is, you have to start really speaking about the specific results that you can deliver. If you ain't delivering nothing, these people don't want to hear you. When I say that I support women in turning emotional overwhelm into mastery and money, I mean that. Because the energetics that you're spending worrying about a man that does not care about you, you could be taking that energy and actually pouring it into something and creating the life you actually desire. You can take that same energy and pour it back into yourself to where you advance so much to where it make your nose turn up to even think about going back to the old experience that you were having. Okay? So it's real. Thank you so much for being here. It's very, very real. People don't understand that. So you got to start speaking to your audience deepest needs. If you are a person, and I'll use this as an example, if you are a coach, right? And let's just say that you are a weight loss coach. If you are a weight loss coach, one of your biggest problems that your client is having is your client is having a hard time losing weight. So if your client is having a hard time losing weight, being able to articulate that you can help them lose 10 pounds in the next month is going to catch their attention, because that's a starting point. So if you're saying I can help you lose 10 pounds within the next month by simply elevating your nutrition and focusing on plant-based eating, then you're going to attract in more clients. Y'all don't know how to give strong outcomes. People don't know what you do. People don't know what you do. And people don't know the type of results that you get, which is why they're not coming to see you. So you really have to focus on translating your expertise into tangible outcomes, not just educational content. You think just because you're telling somebody about something that they're going to just buy in. Y'all know how much information we listen to and ignore at the same time? Y'all know how much information we take in on a daily and it falls by the wayside by the time we done got up from listening to it? I think there's a study that even says when it comes down to certain things, a person has to see something at least 7 times before they fully grasp the concept or like tap in. And y'all want to be like, well, I don't really want to message them or text them because I don't want to get on their nerves. Fashion Nova takes y'all 12 times a day. Fashion Nova takes y'all 12 times a day with a bunch of foolishness, a bunch of, what do you call it? A bunch of crazy sayings and cliche sayings to get your attention, to get you to buy in. And you're complaining about you don't want to get on somebody's nerves and you won't unsubscribe from Fashion Nova texting you 12 times? Like, what are we talking about right now? You gonna let Fashion Nova go harder than you? Like, make it make sense. So you have to, there's an art to articulating what it is that you offer. And you really have to figure out how to do that. And it's not just by educating them. Okay? So the third thing that's very important, right, is positioning yourself for profit. Okay? So again, it's not about how much you post at all. It's about how well you position yourself as the go-to expert. When I first started technically, right, online, I'm sorry, my nose itchy so bad. When I first started online, in the space of the pandemic, I said that I wanted to be known as the self-care guru. That's what I wanted. I wanted to be number one. I wanted everyone to come to me and understand that I was the feminine self-care strategist and this and this and that. And so I focused on that and I became that. When I got on TikTok in 2022, I was like, my goal this year is to master TikTok and get my account to 5 figures. By the end of that year, my account was at 25,000. One thing about me, if I say I'm going to do something, I'm a person of mastery. I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it. Because I understand that my words have power and the air particles have to obey what I say. But I have to be willing to follow my own commands. And if you don't follow and honor your own commands, don't get mad when somebody else don't honor your commands or honor your boundaries or honor the things that are extremely important to you. Because you don't honor the things that are extremely important to you. The topic today is the number one reason of why you're not getting paid for your expertise. That's the topic. Okay? So clients will never invest in people that they don't trust to solve their problems. Okay? If you are seen as a person who can solve their immediate issue, they will buy in. We buy a bunch of crazy crap stuff all the time. So if you actually have a viable solution, then people will actually buy into your viable solution. But you need to be creating content from a space where it commands respect and it prompts your audience to see this as a premium option. Let me tell you something. People are paying attention to what they are investing in. It's not that they're not spending money. They are paying attention to what is valuable to them in this season. And so you need to be able to reveal and show that what you're offering is of true value, that they actually need this. Okay? The reason why a lot of online business owners, their current strategy isn't working because posting for engagement alone doesn't work either, because I know y'all been doing that too. Writing writing questions and people aren't saying anything and all that. It's about strategic messaging, articulating your value that leads to high ticket conversions, that makes people want to buy into what it is that you're selling. If you're not seeing money flow in your business, I'm telling you, what you're putting out there, video content wise, written content wise, speaking content, it probably lacks clarity of the transformation and the results that you really provide for other people. And that's why they're not buying in. So the solution to that is to properly articulate what it is that, or how properly articulate the value that you're providing and the results that you are getting for your clients, because that's very, very important. Y'all want to talk about what y'all are doing. You need to shift to more of a value-based communication strategy when it comes down to talking to your clientele. Okay? This is going to not only attract more clients, but it's going to position you to earn more per client. All right? So it's very important and very, very vital for you to know that if you're not articulating the value, then you're going to have a problem. Now, with that being said, let me bring you to your buyers, because this is what you need to understand about the buying community. And I'm telling you this because I'm like, I feel like in another life I probably was a anthropologist or either a hood behavioral psychologist or something, because I study behavior like crazy. Okay, so, and I've been studying fear and the buying behavior of different generations for a while now. I'm going to give you a quick insight to boomers, to Gen X, millennials, and Gen Z if you want to sell to them. Okay, if any one of those people are in your audience, if you sell to boomers, if you sell to Gen X, if you sell to millennials like myself, or if you sell to Gen Z, These are the things that you really need to pay attention to, okay? Hey, love. Number one, when you're dealing with a boomer, which is kind of like the oldest generation currently, kind of right now in that space, right? My mother falls in that category. Boomers actually, this is your news watching generation, okay? They gonna need to see actual data and science before they buy anything you selling. They gonna have to see it. Let me tell you something about my mom, baby. Let me tell you. You ain't finna piss on her head and call it rain. You ain't finna just tell her something. That's just not the way it works. You gonna have to show her. It's gonna have to be evidence. It's gonna have to be something she can actually go and look up. It's gonna have to actually have some type of information, an article or something on it, okay? They are the ones they watching the news, baby. They can tell you everything right now that's going on with the election. They can tell you everything Trump said, everything Obama said, everything somebody said. They can tell you because they're watching every single thing that is happening, okay? They need data and science. And if you don't have the data or the science, don't talk to them because they're not paying you. Period. They're not buying in. Okay? Point blank, period, the end. So, I just need you to be clear on that. If you're trying to sell to that generation and you don't have data and you don't have science, hang it up. Hang it up. The second generation I'm going to address is Gen X. Okay? So, Gen X, that generation, they need to see it done, whatever it is that you're saying, or they need to see the results from someone in their proximity before buying from you. So that generation specifically, why is my nose itching so much? Jesus. That generation specifically, you're going to have to impact someone in their community or in their proximity so they can actually see the results, or they can actually like see it happening or see you produce the results before they actually will even think about buying into you. Because that generation X, they tend to be very big on word of mouth business and referrals. So those are the main ones that are going to be quick to refer you if you get them the results that you're saying that you can get them, or if they've seen someone in proximity get the results that you said that you can get them. So Gen X is going to operate from that standpoint. They gonna do referrals. They gonna do word of mouth. Okay? That's what you got to know and pay attention to them. All right? Millennials. And let me just say, I'm a millennial and we get on my nerves. Can we talk about it? Millennials get on my nerves and I'm a millennial. For real, when it comes down to buying behavior. Because this is the issue with millennials, and I've talked about this for a while. Millennials need to be, because we are the most educated group. We are the ones who went to college. We were the ones, the big push, go to school. We are also a lot of the ones that got hit with the first recession, with the recession coming out of school looking crazy, right? So millennials, even though we are the most educated group, we have a bit of issues, okay? So millennials need to be educated about whatever it is that you're saying. So you're going to have to educate them first. The second thing you're going to have to do is they're going to have to see you as an expert before they buy into you. They are, though this is the most educated group, they are the most skeptical. The reason why millennials are so skeptical is because millennials feel like they've been lied to the most. We feel like we've been bamboozled the most. We feel like we've been tricked the most. We feel like y'all done told us to go to church and do this, life gonna be right. Y'all done told us to go to school and do this, and life gonna be right. Y'all done told us to go get these jobs, and we gonna be able to do this, and life gonna be right. And guess what? Life ain't right, baby. So we mad. We mad at y'all, and we don't believe nothing y'all say. We mad at y'all, and we don't believe nothing y'all say. But, millennials, that goes to your... what is the word I'm trying to say? That puts you in a deficit. That puts you in a deficit. And it puts you in a deficit because you're so skeptical that you miss your season. See, millennials are also the type, baby, you have to basically be on your deathbed before you really going to take the doctor serious about what the doctor is telling you. Because we really play too much. Millennials skate on super, super thin ice while judging Gen Z. I'm just keeping it real. We skate on very thin ice, and we are very much so judgmental about Gen Z, when in reality, we are the community the age group that needs the most mindset work, because we're so brainwashed, because we've been told so many different things that we do nothing. The procrastination generation, to me, a lot of it is in the millennial generation, because we're so overwhelmed and exhausted with everything we've been told about what we should be doing that we do nothing. We do nothing. And then we struggle. And a lot of us are hella depressed. Okay? And it's because we're so skeptical. No, absolutely nothing is wrong with you. That's literally where we are. We've been bamboozled. We've been lied to. We've been put in this position. Now, should we stay in this position? Absolutely not, because this position is making us sick. A lot of millennials are very sick. Very sick. And we're sick because we're stressed. And we're stressed because we're trying to control whatever reality we think that we have, because everything else is so out of control and we actually have no control of anything. So we just sit in one space, okay? And it's a struggle. But the truth is, with millennials, it's going to take you some time, because you got to educate us, baby. We've been bamboozled a whole lot, right? It's not a lot of us, and I'm going to be very honest with this, there's not a lot of us that's moving in straight faith, in straight blind faith. A lot of us are in this space where we're questioning everything, because everything we've been told has been a lie. And so we're trying to navigate that. So they need to be educated, and they need to see if you're an expert before buying, which is why a lot of people opt out of trying to sell to millennials, because they don't want to sit there and educate you. But if that's your target, then you're going to have to educate them. I had a client who, my former client, who does womb work, right? And so a lot of high achieving women have womb issues, fibroids, all these different things, right? And I told her when I said, first of all, you're doing God's work, you about to make a whole lot of money. I'm telling you what I see. I'm telling you what I see. And she did. She's made a whole lot of money. I said, you're going to make a whole lot of money. I'm going to tell you that right now. The second thing I'm going to tell you is that your clientele is mostly going to be high achieving women in the millennial age bracket. And the women in the millennial age bracket are the hardest to get to buy into things. Okay? You're going to have to spend a lot of time educating them, because they're very skeptical. They're gonna tell you that the doctor said they need to get surgery to get the fibroids removed, and that's what they listen to. And they're gonna try to dispute what you're saying, even though you've helped all these women get pregnant, even though you've gotten rid of your own fibroids, even though you helped a multitude of other women do the same thing. They are still millennial, especially millennial black women. Because let's keep it real. They are still going to try to grill you to see if you are an expert at what you do. And that, honestly, a lot of times comes at our downfall, because you're so doubtful and you're so faithless, because you put your belief in so many other human beings, that spiritually you really lack faith, which is why nothing seems to do what it needs to do for you. Her name is Sasha Rosa, the health coach. You can find her right here on TikTok. We have, I think she got like 40,000 followers too, like me. And she is absolutely amazing. She does amazing work. And doctors have referred people to her. But you got women, a lot of millennial women who are high achieving, who they feel like their education. Well, I looked on Google and I did a Google search. Let me tell y'all something about y'all little Google searches. First of all, a Google search ain't research. Let's start there. There's a difference between a search and research. Let's start there. So just because you conducted a Google search, okay, using Google, not Google Scholar, to actually get some research, but you're just doing a search, that isn't really doing anything. That's a search. That's not you doing research. And people get that very confused. That's a search engine, beloved. That's what that is. It helps you find a few things. That doesn't constitute as research, baby. And we miss that. Okay? So we will go right to Google and then start telling people stuff, trying to tell the experts how they need to be doing their job. That's what a lot of millennial women do. A lot of y'all need mindset work. And I'm telling you because I've been there. Oh, no problem. She's amazing. I've been there. I've been very skeptical, not believing. And I'm going to tell you something. And when I was like that, I was sick. I was stuck in a $30,000 salary after getting a bachelor's, a master's, and some doctoral work. I was not being compensated properly for my time, energy, and attention. I was being taken for granted completely, right? All because I was just following the path that people told me that I should be following, or I'm trying to lean on my own understanding. No. Y'all gotta, millennial women, especially millennial black women, we really have to work on our mindsets. I understand that you've been lied to. I understand that you've been tricked by society. I understand that the life you thought that you were going to have, right, is not manifesting for you at this point in time. I get that. But what you need to see is what it has been your contribution to why your life is the way that it is. You need to start asking some honest questions. You need to put your pride to the side. Let me tell you something. Them degrees not going to help you. They're not going to help you. Do you not see? See, I'm going to tell you something. and y'all need to be careful with this. But y'all love to have these degrees and have an elitist attitude about them, as if they really mean anything. And this is coming from someone, like I said, bachelor's, master's, some doctoral work. I quit my doctoral program because I was in my ego getting it because I just wanted to be called doctor. It was really slick a get back. And when I realized that's what it was and it wasn't really authentic and intentional, I quit because why would I want to serve somebody with that type of ego? I don't serve from a space of ego, so I quit. You're trying to have an elitist attitude about having an education when really everyone on the slick has been ripped off. It's a piece of paper. Unless you're operating from a STEM aspect, which is where the world is basically at and where it will continue to go, that's nothing. So for you to have an elitist attitude is really diabolical and insane. Because what you're going to see happen, FYI, you're going to see a lot of these universities and these schools close. Because the way education is going to be done from this point in time, okay, it's going to look like people are going to want to learn quick subjects fast. So there's going to be a lot of online learning. It's a lot of people going back to homeschool. So y'all going to see some things shift and change. And y'all are going to realize they've already started with a lot of these jobs where you don't have to at all have a college degree to even work there anymore. My mother used to work for the federal government. If I'm not mistaken, I think that she told me that they're trying to do away with the degree requirement. Now, don't quote me on that, but I believe that's what she told me when we was talking the other day. So I just want you to see how they positioned us to go in debt for a piece of paper, and they positioned us to be in a space and go crazy about a piece of paper, just like they did money, because money is made up of 75% cotton, 25% linen, and you can Google search that. Money, $100 bill that you got in your purse, baby. That $10,000 that you hiding in your house because you feel like the bank's finna collapse. Guess what? It's 75% cotton and 25% linen. And the dollar is going to bust and it is going to expire. And you will then really see that it's nothing but 75% cotton, 25% linen. They make you go crazy over pieces of paper that have no real value. Only the value that they determine is on there. That's how they trick a lot of people. Let me tell you something. The Most High gave us all innate value. Innate value, meaning you have inner value. Constantly moving the goalposts, you better tell them. And society basically tells you that you need to have external value for them to accept you and to approve you. You have to do these things. You have to be this way. When I tell you all the time, the Most High says, I call you, then I qualify you. But you will allow yourself to be so-called put in a position to where they need to see your qualifications to see if they're even going to call you. I need you to pay attention to how the Most High does things in one aspect and how society does the complete opposite, telling you that it's the right way. But every time you keep going that way, nothing seems to work. Who is the liar for real? Who is the liar for real? And you need to start paying attention to that. Society say you're not beautiful unless you look like this. The Most High said that you're beautifully and wonderfully made. But if you walked around believing that you're beautifully and wonderfully made, you might actually attract what it is that you actually desire. And I'm not just talking men. Because you'll be so high vibrational that your energy is contagious that people will want to be around you. They will invest in you simply because your energy is just that. And they need that in their spaces. But if you don't understand your value and you think your value results in what it is that you do, or in money, or in your degrees, then child, please. But like I said, millennials need to be educated if you want them to buy in. Okay? And they need to see, that you're the expert before they're going to believe you. They've been tricked. So I'm just giving you a heads up on that. Now let's get into Gen Z and their buying behavior, right? So what I like about Gen Z and what millennials can learn from Gen Z and what Gen Z can learn from millennials. Millennials can learn from Gen Z how to be fearless, okay? Because the thing about Gen Z is this. In order for Gen Z to work with you or buy from Gen Z how to be fearless, okay? Because the thing about Gen Z is this. In order for Gen Z to work with you or buy in order for Gen Z to work with you or buy in order for Gen Z to work with you, they need visuals of social proof before buying in. They're seeking out the video reviews. They're seeking out the client testimonials. They're reading to see what other people say about you, because they're looking to see if somebody has exposed you. Because there ain't nobody gonna expose you if you did something wrong. Baby, it's gonna be somebody from Gen Z. Because they are not scared to get on the internet and tell them people how you did not do right by them. Point blank, period, the end. They do not care. They are very fearless in that sense, where they will jump out there and take risk. And that's what millennials can learn from them. Now, what Gen Z can learn from millennials is to know when to caution. Okay? Millennials are too cautious. Gen Z is extremely free. There needs to be a balance of both. Okay? To be able to operate the way to the fullness of self. You need to be able to know when to invest and when to pull back, when to take risk and when to not take risk, okay? So those are the two things that those two generations can learn from each other. But of course, with all of these, with the buying behaviors, all of these can cross generational lines, of course. But this pattern is very, very consistent from my research. Like I said, boomers, they got to see the data and they got to see the news before the science before they buy into whatever it is that you're selling. Millennials need to be educated on whatever it is that you're selling, and then also, you showing yourself to be the expert. Gen Z needs social proof. They need visuals. They need to hear about you. They need to read about you. They need to see what if you are actually who you say that you are, okay? So the bottom line with all of this is really, really simple of how you get each one of these people to buy into your services. The bottom line is belief. Belief is required for any of them to buy into anything that you're selling. If they don't believe you, they're not buying in. So selling in all actuality is about belief. That's the reason why you go and you get a Sprite, because you believe Sprite is going to obey your thirst. Because that's what the commercial told you. That's what the training says. That's what the programming says, right? That's why you reach for that instead of reaching for a glass of water. You know what I'm saying? So selling is about belief, and but that's a story for another day. I'm not going to get into that. But if nobody is buying whatever it is that you're selling, it's because they don't believe you, or you haven't positioned yourself in the proper space or in their space to make them a believer. Money is constantly being spent. This is what you need to understand, okay? And not everyone is struggling and broke. It's that you are not articulating the value. And if you are not articulating the value, people are not buying in. If you're worried about visibility, if you're worried about all these other things, instead of articulating the value, you're not going to make the type of money that you want to make. Okay? So it's very, very important. And if you have a problem or issue with articulating value, I recommend to you my course. Okay? So the course that I have, y'all, my nose itches so bad. I really feel like my nose hair didn't got too long. It's probably too much information, but I don't care because it keeps itching me so bad. But the Speak, Write, and Teach course would really support you. What that is a crash course in you creating value. And so things that you're going to learn actually in that course, and a lot of people have gotten it. I have maybe about 5 more spots at the price point before the price points gets raised. Right now it's $150. You can get it with Klarna Affirm and Afterpay. It's called Speak Right Teach, the crash course on creating value that actually gets you paid. And so I'm going to go through the 3 things. So you click on it, first link in my bio. That's what you're going to see. Excuse my broken thing because I ain't got it fixed yet. You're going to see this. And so basically what it's going to let you know is that who this course is for. It's also going to let you know the things that we're going to actually be going through. I'm going to support you in mindset breakthroughs for high earners because there's some mental and mindset work that has to be done before you can actually get into the space of value. You have to understand your value. Okay, so then I have the art of irresistible value creation, where there's an actual formula to you creating that value. And then also I have the positioning playbook, how to get paid for your presence, because a lot of y'all will just continue to give advice and insight for free and y'all are not being paid for it, and you're wondering why you're exhausted. Okay, when you click on it and look at it, you'll see the pre-sale price for $150. I offered this the other day when I went live. I sold 10 on that live. I said that I was only going to sell 15 at the $150 price point because the value of this course is $1,250. So the price point is going to go up to $297. Okay, so if you want to get access to Speak Right Teach, it is being released. Right, these are the pre-sale offers that I'm actually offering right now. So if you have the pre-sale offer and you purchase this today, what you get is you also get a copy of last night's masterclass, which is the Deconstruct and Refill Your Cup masterclass. And I'm gonna tell you something about value. If you don't know your value, if you don't negotiate salaries when you first get on the job, you don't know your value, and you ain't finna tell me nothing different because you're too happy to be in a room and leaving a bunch of money on the table. So if you're not negotiating your salary, you don't know your value. You're taking whatever people give you. So if that's your issue, it's because you don't know your value spiritually. And the Deconstruct and Reconstruct Your Masterclass, Deconstruct and Refill Your Cup Masterclass will support you in getting rooted in your value spiritually. Because you got to understand, you have creative and witty inventions in your very being. That's Proverbs 8 and 12. You have gifts within you that'll make room for you. That's Proverbs as well. So you have all these things to be able to make money. So if you're not making money, that's your fault. You're not tapped into the truth about yourself, and it literally tells you you have the kingdom of heaven within you. Thank you so much for these gifts. So if that's the case, why are you not acting like it? Why are you not operating from that space? So today, what you can get is if you get the Speak Right Teach, the crash course on creating value that gets you paid, you will also get the copy of the Deconstruct and Refill Your Cup masterclass to support you in getting spiritually rooted. Because guess what? As we are entering and preparing to enter into 2025, let me tell you something. If you don't have spiritual rooting, you're not going to be able to contain your thoughts and become mentally solid. Okay? And then also that means that you're not going to be able to control your emotional responses. Okay? And so it's very important in this season for women to practice emotional intelligence, practice emotional regulation, and learn how to be an emotional safe space for themselves so that they can stop making a requirement for other people to do it. Okay? This is the time for you to pour back into yourself. This is the time for you to create your own reality. If you are stuck at a 9-to-5, this is going to position you to start creating a cushion so you can leave. Y'all got to stop depending solely on these 9-to-5s. If you are a business owner and you already have a product or service, and particularly like it's not really selling, this course is going to help you articulate the value of what it is that you're actually selling. You need to be able to speak to the value if you want the boomers to buy in, if you want Gen X to buy in, if you want the millennials to buy in, if you want Gen Z to buy in. Your language needs to speak value. Okay? So it's so important and so vital that you realize that the reason why you're not being paid, okay? The reason why you're not being paid is because you're not in a space to where you're articulating what you offer that is valuable. Okay? So, what questions do you guys have for me? I'm seeing some people come in and purchase tickets. Y'all, when them 15 going, I don't know. I'm going to ask most high if I need to extend it, but I was pretty set on that 15. So the 10 are already gone. A couple of them look like they came through, so I don't know how many is actually left. But when the link doesn't work anymore, then you know the price point is going up to $297. And it is going to go up to $297 soon, because you have to understand that you're being taught $1,000, or well over $1,000 skill set, that can make you thousands. Okay, I already know women are going to make quite a bit of money from this course, because this is literally the formula that supports me in being a digital nomad. You want to know how I'm able to travel and do everything I'm doing and work and do this and do that? This is how I speak, write, and I teach. My expertise, my genius. I get paid for my genius zone, my gifts that were given to me from the Most High, and my responsibility is to be obedient. My responsibility is to be spiritually grounded, right? My responsibility is to do that work. When I click it, it says information only. When you click, which one? You click the link and it says information only? Because when you click the link, when I click the link, it popped up for me. Okay, so click the link and it should have took you to a website. And when you get to the end of that website, what you're going to do is you'll get to this page and then you'll press pre-order. Okay, so once you press, y'all chill please. Let me come back out, sorry. When you press when you press pre-order, this is what's going to pop up, because it just went to it. No, that's the wrong one. There we go. All right, so once you click it, so go here. Okay, click get more info, right? So then that's gonna come up. All right, I want to make sure y'all clicking the right one. So click the link in my bio, then go here. The very first thing that pops up, I'm clicking it, is gonna take you straight here. Then, oh no, I lost my earring. Then you're going to swipe over to the last page where it says pre-order. You're going to hit pre-order, and it's going to take you to Stripe right here for the $150 price point. And then as you see, you can use buy now, pay later options to be able to get it. Let me know if it's not working for you. Somebody just got one, so it's doing something, because I see it coming through. Any questions about your expertise, buying and selling? If you have a specific industry, I may pop out some ideas. So drop your specific industry, and I would tell you probably 3 ways or 2 ways that I would be using that to make money if that was my industry. It's playing with the links and it's still waiting to load. It's showing subscribe. Hold on, let me see what's going on my end. Real estate. I have a really I know someone that's actually operating in real estate right now. She's actually doing extremely well. If I was in real estate, and I would be focusing on 2 things. I would be trying to work with corporations and companies that are buying up these houses and different things. And then I also would be letting people know what they need to be able to get stable, to get in a home. I would be recording YouTube videos. I would be showing them how it's okay to be able to get a house and build it up if it's a project. I would be supporting and having resources for people to be able to, digital products for them to be able to know what they need for their licensing exam. What else would I do if I was into real estate? I would have in-person meetings. I would go and have lunch in the richest areas of town. And I would sit at the bar and I would make connections with people who don't look like me. because those people like to go to the bar around. I ain't drinking nothing but some ginger beer, but they like to go and sit at the bar and have lunch and talk business middays on a Tuesday. Okay, I'm trying to let you know, on a Tuesday, on a Thursday, not on the popular days, on a Tuesday, on a Thursday, midday, maybe a Wednesday if they got a little time. Okay. After clicking, can you share the steps again to join? Sure. Once you once you click it, scroll all over to the last one and it's gonna say pre-sale. You're gonna click pre-sale. Once you click pre-sale, then it's gonna pop up. Okay? So no problem. I'll run through it again real quick. So when you click the link in my bio, you should land here. It may take you a while, and if you need to come out of your phone, come out of your phone. Come out of your, put it in your browser. And it's going to take a little while to roll up. And then once you do that, you're going to go all the way to the end, which is, I think, like 4 pages. And then you're going to get on this very last page. And the very last page, you're going to click pre-order. And then once you hit pre-order, voila, it's going to pop up. Okay? All right. Natural hair care. Are you behind the chair? Or are you making products? Which one are we doing? Are we in the chair or are we making products? And remember, for those who purchased the course today, you get the replay from last night as well on the deconstruct and refill your cup. And that's a really good class for people who are struggling in their relationship with the one that's creating them and understanding their value, their overall value. Okay? You're behind the chair? Okay. So if you're behind the chair, and let's just say you wanted to come from behind the chair, I would probably I would build relationships with the hair schools in your area, not just ones that look like you. I would build relationships with those schools and those students who were interested in maybe opening their own salon or different things like that. I would have resources and things like that for them to be able to grasp and grab to see what route they want to go as far as setting up their salon. I would also I would probably create some form of a course or an ebook for students who were in school about the mistakes that you made when you were opening up and you were starting out in business, so they can avoid those mistakes. I would build a connection with a lot of those natural hair stylists in your community and build a business directory. I would build a personal community. I would make it a membership where people would pay, and in that membership there would be a lot of perks and different things like that. I would go to hair care shows and try to get percentages or contact them and different things like that, so the clients who are a part of your membership can get benefits, maybe discounts and different things on different hair products and different things that they may buy on the regular. I would focus on company relationship building, so that I would be able to have these type of resources and the type of access to people who can actually move and shake some things. So those are a few of the things that I would do. Just a few. Transformation coaching, I would speak to the transformation that I provide. If I'm a coach that helps women transform, then I am going to speak about the transformation. Hey love, I'm going to speak about what it is that I'm offering them. I'm going to speak about their pain points. I'm going to speak about why they need me. I'm going to speak about why this transformation is extremely urgent and important. I'm going to get in their house. I'm going to be in their backyard by talking about some of the things that they may be dealing with and how I am the solution and how working with me can transform their lives to the next level. So that's what I would be focusing on. And you have the option of creating digital products. You have the option of having one-on-one sessions. You have the option of creating group coaching programs. You have a multitude of options when it comes down to transformation coaching. You just need to be very clear about what your transformation actually looks like. Can you send me the direct link? Somebody just emailed me and asked it because they couldn't get it. Yep. If there's anyone else for some reason that can't seem to get it, go ahead and DM me now, and I'm going to send you the link. But I'm going to tell y'all, once that link don't work, I can't help you. So make sure you go to get it, because people are getting it. Let me send this now real quick. so you can get that link. What questions do you guys have for me? What questions? What questions? What money making questions? Unless y'all good and y'all got money. I had to open in the browser. How much time do we have to sign up? If you can sign, I would. If I would recommend signing up as soon as possible. Just my recommendation. Um, I don't want to lie to you because I don't know how it's going to, how long it's going to be. So I would do it as soon as possible. Hey, love. Here you go. Anybody else need the link, send it to me. Drop whatever your questions are. You're welcome. In regard to money making or your industry, and I can support you with it. Hey, love. Here you go. And remember, when you purchase today, you get both. So when the replay goes out tomorrow for last night's class, you will get access to that as well, and you will get the course once it opens up on 11/5, which is next Tuesday. And it's not a coincidence that I have it opening on 11/5. So when everything goes the way it is gonna go, you need to make a decision about what you're gonna do about getting money, because it's gonna get wild. That's all I'm gonna tell y'all. That's all I'm gonna tell y'all on that. I'm trying to help y'all get some money before this portal close. I'm trying to tell y'all how to get this international money before the portal close. Okay? I'm trying to tell you that you could be making money in other countries. I'm trying to let you know something. Okay? So, and of course, and if you're interested in knowing more about the digital nomad service or digital nomad program, please let me know, because it has been revamped. And I need to email Kendra. Okay. All right, darlings. I don't see any questions. Thank you, my love, for these gifts. I really hope that y'all have an amazing, amazing Wednesday. And hopefully this is something today was given to you that was extremely valuable. And that supported you. So yeah, I'm really, really excited. I want to see it happen. Do you see where the IRS is cracking down on influencers? I do. That's crazy work. Good thing I'm not an influencer. I mean, I am in a sense, but I'm really not. I'm not a, but it happens. Digital nomad. Okay. Send me a message, my love, for the digital nomad information. But yeah, they're cracking down. They're getting serious. But there's been some different things that are happening. A lot of people have been getting things, and then they've been turning around and trying to return these very things that they've gotten for free. So it's a lot of stuff that's been happening. And a lot of people don't realize, when companies send you gifts or they send you those different things, like those things are write-offs, and those things they're sending that to IRS. So when the IRS sends you, hey, you got all these products and services this year, and you're looking like, what? Yeah, that's a very much so real thing. So I always tell people, keep your nose clean. I don't try to pretend to live a life that I am not living. Yes, I am a digital nomad. Yes, I travel the world. Yes, I'm able to work from anywhere. And yes, I'm doing it fully through my business. That's absolutely the 100% truth. Am I perfect? No. Am I ever going to be? No. Am I me? Yes. And that's the best part of this experience, that I'm me. So, but yeah, they are doing a lot of cracking down, and I just hope that they have been, for those they are cracking down on, I just hope that they have been keeping their nose clean, because all things are going to be revealed. Woo! Coming in 2025, a lot of things are really going to be revealed. And between that and the way they extended the PPP loan deadline to 10 years, they're coming for folks. They got to feel those. I ain't going to say that. They coming though. Okay? So let me know if y'all have any questions or anything like that. Y'all know where I'm at. Make sure you subscribe to my YouTube channel. Okay? It's in my bio. And I hope y'all have an amazing Wisdom Wednesday. Peace, y'all.